Okay, welcome. Thank you so much. I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes before I start. Um, I just want to wait for a couple minutes, so people can start. Before I even start on this, um, first I want to say this. First, I want to say this. I have two cameras going on. So if I am looking at two different ways, it's because I got two cameras going on right now. I got like different live streams. So this is the reason why if you see me not looking at the camera, it's because I'm looking at different ones. So I got like two cameras on me right now. So there's a reason why I am looking at two different cameras. So I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes and then we're gonna start. So let's see how it goes. I'm so excited. Oh yeah, let's see. Give me 1 second. Oh, this thing is so slow. Okay. Okay. Sorry, give me 1 second. I'm trying to get something real quick. Just go up and plus you guys back number and you can measure. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm ready. Okay, like I said before, if you see me looking at two different ways, because I'm looking at two different cameras. So let's start. My name is Maria. Thank you for joining my live. First of all, I just want to say that this is for someone who want to know and bring awareness to people that's in a toxic relationship. If you think you're in a toxic relationship or you want to be aware of what a toxic relationship is, please stay tuned for this presentation. I just want to say that this is off a book I wrote on Spiritual Train Breakers, a journey to freedom from toxic love. I'm a little nervous today. Slow down, Maria. Sorry, y'all. This is a book I wrote, Spiritual Train Breakers, because first of all, we are spiritual and we're gonna break some chains. Okay. That's first and foremost. This book is a journey to freedom from toxic love. Why did I write this book? I wrote this book because Michelle, like I said, I got two different cameras. I wrote this book because I was in a toxic relationship about 4 years ago. I was in a relationship. I was in that relationship about 3 years. And I know for a fact, if I did not get out that relationship, I would have been another statistic. I would not have been here today. Thank the Lord that I saw the signs. He opened my eyes and I decided to leave. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to go over a little bit of the chapter one of this book so you can get a little understanding what this book is about. And I'm also on Facebook right now on live. I have an actual presentation, but I can't do it on TikTok. I tried. I figured it out sooner or later. So my presentation can actually come up here, but you can't see it, but I have to speak it. So let's get started. I just want to thank you for joining in as well. It's only $15.99. I got on. So it's not actually for. I got the book is not like for sale for money. It's actually to get it out there, to market it, to get it to bring awareness, because I've noticed as women, a lot of us do not know that we are in a toxic relationship. We don't know the signs because we thinking that the stuff that's happening to us is called love when it's not love. A lot of things that we accept when it's not love, and we think it's love. Like a guy's jealous, we with somebody's jealousy that always asking what you're wearing, don't wear that. We thinking it's cute when it's not cute. That's not cute at all. That's possessiveness. Um, it all depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it's better to bring awareness to women and men, because men be in a toxic relationship too. They be in a toxic relationship with a woman, to bring awareness, because sometimes y'all, you have to understand, God didn't make us to be in a relationship where it drains us, where it makes us be a person that we don't want to be in. And then not only that, you have low self-esteem, become depressed, you're sad, you don't like yourself, you start waking up every morning, you hate yourself. That's not a type of relationship you should be in the first place. And sometimes, most of the time, this world, and I have another book, it's called Spiritual in the Battle, Fight in the Spirit, but that's another time. But you gotta understand, God always don't send people. Satan does too. And sometimes with Satan send people in your life, it's because he wants to stop you from your progress and stop you for what God has for you. So I just want to bring awareness, you guys. I just want to, you got daughters, you got sons, you got kids going to school, you got people going to college, you got your children going to college because they're going to be dating. Okay. Y'all know statistics, a lot of women have been killed. Sorry, I don't know if I say this on live. Unalived. I don't know. I got to see. A lot of women have been unalived because they're in a relationship in the domestic violence. And I don't want that to be you. And I don't want that to be your daughters. I don't want that to be nobody else. I'm trying to help less unalived people as possible. That's why it is so adamant to understand what is a toxic relationship and what is the symptoms, what is the behaviors to look out for. And if you see them, you run. Because you have to understand, a lot of people are still stuck in the past of what happened with their family. I didn't have a father, I didn't have a mother. And they make that as an excuse to hurt you because of what happened to them. And they're not healed. Most of the time when we get in a relationship, we're not healed either. And they're not healed. And that's why we accept a lot of things from our partner, because we're not healed ourselves. I have a father figure in my life. That's why I accepted that. I didn't understand that at first. I wasn't trying to be in a relationship with somebody like that. But when you missing something, you didn't have that family in your life, that partner or that mother or the father to teach you about what's a good man, what's a good woman, or whatever. Sometimes you go astray and you find a knucklehead. So let's get started. Okay, are you in a toxic relationship? Do you want to know? Do you want to know if you're in a toxic relationship or not? Okay, let's go. Let's go. Well, my objective today for this chapter, like I said, I'm going over this book because like I said, a lot of y'all have kids going to school, going to college, or going to be in a relationship and need to know what is a toxic relationship, because you don't want your daughter to, being unalive because she with somebody that she think is called love when it's not. So this week we will focus on helping you recognize the truth about toxic love, what it is and how to identify it, and why we often stay in it longer than we should. Through honest conversations, spiritual wisdom, and personal reflection, we will define what a toxic relationship really is. On this live, we will break down the types of abuse: emotional, verbal, spiritual, and physical. And we're going to identify the red flags we often ignore. We ignore the flags all the time. It's like it's in our blood to ignore signs or something. I don't know what it is, but we do. Okay. I'm going to show you how these relationships damage your identity and peace, and begin confronting the lies that keep you stuck. Okay. So by the end of this session, y'all, you will know how to identify toxic patterns, understand the difference between love and control, and gain spiritual clarity about why God doesn't want you to stay bound, and begin preparing your heart for healing and freedom. So, what is a toxic relationship? Do y'all know? Do you want to know what's a toxic relationship? So, what is a toxic relationship? It's any connection between people that emotionally, mentally, spiritually, or physically drains you. You with somebody that don't give you energy. You with somebody that you hate coming home to consistently. That's toxic. It's not a relationship that simply has problems or disagreement, which every relationship does, but one that slowly erodes your sense, self-worth, and peace. That is a toxic relationship, people. Someone that drains you, that you don't want to come home to, honey. Like, you go to work like, dang, I don't want to go home to this man. That's toxic. Okay, I'm going to give y'all a little update on the statistics, okay? 1 in 3 women have experienced physical violence. 1 in 3 women. 1 in 3 women have experienced physical violence, sexual violence, or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Every 9 seconds, a woman in the U.S. is assaulted or beaten. That's in the National Coalition Against Domestic Violence. Only 34% of people who are injured by intimate partners receive medical care for their injuries. And on a typical day, there are more than 20,000 phone calls placed to domestic violence hotlines nationwide. And some more facts. Witnessing violence between one's partner or caregivers is the strongest risk factor of transmitting violence behavior to the next generation. And that is also true. When your children see it, when your children's children see this, I'm telling y'all, they're gonna grow up to be doing the same thing. Or as women, we're gonna grow up allowing that for us. You see your father have beaten your mother, you're gonna allow that when you get older, because that's what you see and that's what you expect. That's what you think love is, and that's like 90% of the time that happens. At first, my dad wasn't abusive, but he was there. He was neglecting our family, but I was in an abusive relationship because I didn't have that father figure to show me. I didn't have that manly figure in my family to show me what a man should do, how a man should love, and how a man should treat a woman. I always see it's like a surrounding of people. You don't have that figure. But thank you, God, for God have brought me out, and I understand now what love is. And that's why I wrote this book, to show young women and men that Jesus was love, and that person don't have Jesus in them. If that person don't have Jesus in them, that person don't have Holy Spirit in them, do not be with them. Period. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm getting off. Okay, Black women. Listen to this. Black women are almost 3 times more likely to be unalived as a result of domestic violence than white women. That's the Institute for Women's Policy Research. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what they said. It's crazy that we, any women, honestly, it shouldn't be that way at all. From our partners that's supposed to love us, they're supposed to protect us, they're supposed to give us everything that we need when we ask. When we have a problem, we should be able to speak it. When we have emotional breakdown, we should be able to speak it out to this person that's supposed to love us, cherish us, be there for us, not unalive us because they're mad at us or they don't know how to get out their feelings or they want to control us. You get what I'm saying? I like the ones that's coming in. I'm letting y'all know that, like I said, I got 2 cameras. So I'm looking at both at the same time. And I also have a presentation I'm reading off of. So I'm just letting you know. And toxic love doesn't always come with bruises, y'all. Toxic love doesn't always come with bruises. Sometimes it shows up in patterns like manipulation. If y'all don't know what manipulation is, it's twisting the truth, okay? Guilt tripping you and gaslighting to control your emotions or your decisions. Then also emotional abuse. You got constant criticism, name calling, or silent treatment that tears down your confidence. You got spiritual control. You got people out here acting like they with God when they ain't got no godly in them, okay? Them the ones too. You got to really make sure you have that discernment, okay? Using God, church, or scriptures to justify abuse. When somebody tell you that what God wants you to do be hurt, because ain't no way in the world, ain't no way in the devil that in the scriptures it says anything about abusing somebody to get close to God. And you tell me, if you see, I dare you. I give you $100. I give you $100. You find that scripture. Neglect and abandonment. Being left emotionally or physically alone, even when you're in the same room or bed. Have you ever been with somebody? They right there, but for some reason it seems like they're not there. They're physically gone. Like they're emotionally gone. They could be right there next to you, but it's like you're lonely. Okay? They're not there, but they're there. Okay? Inconsistency. One day they're loving, kind, cherishing you. The next day cold and distant. You be looking like, what? I could have sworn you should give me flowers yesterday. What's wrong with him? You get what I'm saying? Keep you emotionally off balance. Giving you your mind is like going a roller coaster over and I'm like, what is going on? Like I could have sworn he loved me yesterday. Y'all, that's too much. Toxic relationship drains you. You hear me? It's too much emotional, psychological thing going on up there. Please don't be in a relationship like that. That's why you need this book. Okay? Okay? Okay. I got 2 cameras, y'all. Just letting y'all know that. And control. Dictating how you dress, who you talk to, or what you're allowed to do under the mask of love. Somebody controlling you, who you talking, you can't talk to you can't even talk to your family member. They got a problem with it. You can't even go outside, go to the store. They got a problem with it. You can't even eat breakfast. They got a problem with it. Who wants to live like that? Who wants to be with somebody like that? I know you say, I love him, I love her. Y'all, love don't hurt. And at the end of this session, I'm going to give you some scriptures so you can read it yourself what God said about how a man should treat a woman. And you put that in their face if they treat you wrong. My God said, bow. You put treat me like this. Okay? The proof is in the pudding. Okay, what makes a toxic relationship dangerous? What y'all think? What make a toxic relationship dangerous? Okay? What y'all think? I'm gonna tell y'all. They don't always start dangerous, y'all. Many toxic partners are charming at first. Oh yeah, they lure you, they buy you stuff, they go on dates. You know, you like, oh, this man is so good. He loves me. So thoughtful, affectionate, even spiritual. But slowly, the behavior shifts. The red flags begin to wave. Start seeing some things. Inconsistent lying. You start seeing some like, okay, red flag. Your heart is already invested now, yo. See, they don't drag you in. They pull you in. Like, oh, I got it now. You bought your flowers. They take you out to eat. Call you all the time. Text you all the time. Y'all be talking all throughout the night. See, this when your mind begins to rationalize the abuse and the enemy whispers, this is all you deserve. Toxic relationships don't just hurt. They bind. They keep you stuck in shame, confusion, fear, and soul ties that feel impossible to break. They pull you away from the voice of God and silence the voice inside you that says this isn't right, and you know it ain't right. You know this ain't right. I know you can feel in your heart it ain't right. You hearing it ain't right. You want to leave. I want to leave him. He ain't doing me right, but you still stay. So he can still, or she can still tear you down every single day. And every single day, this person is making you walk away from the Lord. Because what is the purpose of this earth? Is for us to get right so we can go to heaven. But we can't do that when there is a secular person in our lives that's sucking us dry. Okay. Here's the truth. God never calls you to suffer in the name of love. He calls you to live in freedom through him. Okay? You were created to thrive, not just survive. And if you're reading this right now, the cycle can stop with you. The chains can be broken, and God is ready to walk with you every step of the way towards healing, clarity, and peace. So let me ask y'all this. What are the 4 major types of a toxic abuse in a relationship? While you think about it, let me tell you something. Not all abuse leaves bruises, y'all. Some scars are invisible, but just as deep. You know, toxic relationships can come in many forms. Some are loud and aggressive. Others are silent, subtle, and spiritual. But all of them are dangerous to your emotional, your health, your spiritual connection with God, and your sense of identity. So let's break down the 4 major types of toxic relationships you need to be aware of. The first one is emotional abuse, constant criticism, gaslighting, or guilt tripping. We have another one, verbal abuse, yelling, name calling, belittling, and spiritual abuse. That's use scriptures or religion to manipulate or shame. And we have physical abuse, intimidation, hitting, or forced restraint. So let's kind of break it down a little bit. See, in emotional abuse, y'all, emotional. Now, this type targets your feelings, identity, and sense of worth. Emotional abuse often flies under the radar because there's no physical harm, but the impact is real and lasting. So what do you think emotional abuse look like to you? Let me tell you. Constant criticism and put downs. Somebody always criticizing you and putting you down, never bring you up, give you no energy, never making you feel good about yourself, making you feel like nothing you do is ever good enough. Withholding love or affection as punishment. Y'all have had that one? Somebody holding affection from you for a punishment that they done did? Narcissist. Blaming you for their bad behavior. Narcissist. Blaming you for their bad behavior. Making you feel like you're too sensitive when you express your hurt. You know you're hurt. You ever had somebody you trying to express your hurt, but every single time they make you feel like you shouldn't be telling about how you feel? You had that person in your life, and you can't express your hurt. Why be with that type? Using your emotions against you. And here's the impact of emotional abuse. You begin to lose yourself. You doubt your emotions, silence your voice, and walk on eggshells just to keep the peace. It hurts my heart to say that because I know how that feels. I know how it feels to can't be able to express your feelings to someone you love, someone that's supposed to love you. And you're scared what they're going to say, how they going to get, like angry and all that. You're going to lose yourself, y'all. You're not going to be the person you used to be. Second is verbal abuse. Words can heal or they can destroy. And Proverbs 18:21 says what? The power of the tongue can bring death or life. Okay? Verbal abuse uses languages as a weapon to control, intimidate, or degrade you. Somebody continue using verbal abuse, degrading you, you're going to start actually believing that. Seriously. And it's like a control thing, like a mind manipulation. Like they call you ugly all the time, and eventually you're going to start thinking you're ugly. They're going to call you dumb. You first you be like, I ain't dumb, you ain't call me dumb, but you be on the 2 or 3 years, they keep calling you dumb. You love this person though. Eventually you're gonna think you dumb. Just saying. And what does it look like exactly? Let me tell you what it looked like. Name calling, yelling or swearing, insulting this insult disguised as jokes. I've had that plenty of time, you know. When you catch them insulting you, then they'll say, I was just joking. What? You can't joke like that. Threats of harm or abandonment. I'm going to leave you. You don't have nothing. When I leave, nobody ain't going to love you. Constantly arguing or dismissing your point of view. Talking over you or silence you in front of others. I had that happen to me where I got silenced in front of people. I couldn't say nothing. I get talked over, you know. So here's the impact when this happens. Your confidence takes a hit. Remember that girl you used to be? You walk out them heels on, them tights on. You thought you was somebody then. You know you was. You had your makeup on, your hair swinging. Now you're walking out with some jogging pants, t-shirts, and anything. You ain't even trying to look good. You just lost yourself. You know, just what it is, what it is. I don't know. Because your confidence gone. Your self-esteem is low now. You start believing lies spoken over you and fear speaking up for yourself. You don't want to speak up for yourself no more. You take the hit because you don't want to be involved in no altercation or you won't be involved in no argument. So you just take it and deal with it. Now you're not your girl. Now you're not yourself like you used to be when you walk out the door. Yeah, they tore you down. Third is spiritual abuse. Now, this is one of the most manipulative form of abuse. Just letting y'all know, and one of the hardest to recognize because a lot of people are in church. Not gonna lie, it's a lot of them. A lot of them. It happens when someone uses God, scripture, or religion to control or shame you. What does it look like? I'll show you. Or I'm gonna tell you, TikTok. Quoting scriptures to make you feel guilty or keep you silent, telling you that God will be angry if you leave, using religious roles like head of the household. I'm the head of the household. You gotta listen to what I gotta say because God said I'm the head of the household. God, no, as a way to dominate, not to, because that's contradicting on what I'm about to tell you at the end. What God said, how a man should treat a woman. Stay tuned. Making you feel that your suffering is God's will or your punishment, isolating you from church, fellowship, or truth. That's, oh, yeah. The relationship claims to have with God is a toxic relationship. Yep, that's also true. Number 4, physical abuse. A lot of people know about this one. This is any form of bodily harm or threat of harm. It can start with pushing, grabbing, or restraining and escalate over time. I know a lot of people have seen it or been through it. What does this look like to you? Hitting, slapping, choking, punching, throwing things or destroying property to intimidate you, blocking doors, don't want to make you leave. You know the time you're trying to leave, they're trying to block the door from restraining you or refusing to let you leave. Using physical touch in a way that causes fear instead of comfort, threatening your safety or the safety of your children. And here's the impact for this. This is life-threatening, y'all. Physical abuse destroys not only your safety, but your sense of reality and self-worth. Here's a true fact. No matter what form it takes, abuse is never love. Let me say that again. No matter what form, abuse is never love. God does not approve of any relationship where control, fear, manipulation, or pain are present. He is a God of peace, not confusion. And that is in 1 Corinthians 14:33. And he loves you too much to leave you where you are. You may have experienced one or several of these type of abuse, but don't let shame hold you hostage. Recognizing the truth is the first step to getting free. And how to do that? Or this book. Get this book, y'all. I need y'all to get this book. Okay? That's the first step, by the way. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Signs and red flags to ignore. God show us the truth all the time, every day, 24/7, 365 days a week. He shows the truth, y'all. We just have to stop silencing it. We have to stop ignoring that thing. We have to stop it. I don't know. We women, I know God gave us that caring, loving, whatever compassion thing going on with women. Yeah, we need to stop. Honestly, stop looking at the physical. Okay, he fine. Stop it. It doesn't help. No, don't look at the physical. Look at his heart. Look his heart. His heart is the most important right now. Y'all gotta grow up. Stop looking at the physical of people. That don't matter. Stop it. When you first fall in love with someone, your heart wants to believe the best. You cling to potential instead of patterns. Okay? But love is not blind. Denial is. Love is not blind. Love is not blind. Love is not blind. We deny. We deny. That's the truth. Toxic relationships don't usually start with abuse, y'all. They often begin with charm, intensity, and attention that feels intoxicating. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's why so many women, including me, that ignore the warning signs. It's not weakness. It's the hope that things will get better. But ignoring the signs keep you in bondage. And here are the most common red flags people overlook. Do you want to know? Do you want to know? Because y'all acting like y'all don't know. One is love bombing. I know that one. What is love bombing? They come on strong at first, grand gestures, constant attention, texting you all day, giving you flowers, kissing you on your cheek. It feels like a fairy tale. He loves me. He loves me. Until it becomes control. Love bombing is not love. It's manipulation. 2, disrespecting boundaries. You say no, and they don't honor it. You ask for space, and they guilt you. Healthy love respect limits, y'all. Toxic love pushes past them. And you telling somebody no, and they continue pushing, that's toxic. And to that point, they're crazy because they don't know what no means. That's a problem. Number 3, jealousy maxed as love. Ugh. They want to know where you at all times. Oh, he loves me. Who you with? Oh, he just want to know where I'm at, who I'm with. He makes you feel guilty for having a life outside of them. Oh, he still loves me. Y'all, that's not love. That's control. Somebody out here want to know where you at 24/7. Blow up your phone 37 times in one day. Where you at? I'm at work. Why you ain't answer the phone? I'm at work. Why you ain't answer the phone? I'm driving home. I told you I'm on my way home. I called you. I answered the phone 2 minutes ago. What's up? Number 4, gaslighting, making you feel a little lulu. Y'all had somebody make you feel a little quite. Somebody make you feel quite. You bring up a concern, right? And they flip it on you. You're too sensitive. You're imagining things. Gaslighting is designed to make you doubt your reality so they can stay in control. I know you just saw him test that girl. You looking right at your phone. Who that? Why you texting her? You seeing stuff. What's wrong with you? Why you in my phone anyway? Mind your business. I can't have space to myself. Oh, check your man phone. Find something. All it. What happens when it? What happens when that happens, y'all? What happens? I know what happens. He gonna slip it on you and say, "Why you went through my phone? You can't be going through my phone. You don't trust me. You don't trust me." Happens all the time. Number 5, constant excuses, zero accountability. They always have a reason for bad behavior, but never a real apology. Never. Never apology and never want to change. Their past, their stress, their trauma, everything is an excuse for why they hurt you. I'm telling you what Proverbs 29:11 says. A man who refuses correction is choosing destruction. A man that don't want to correct himself from lying, from cheating, whatever he doing to a woman he's supposed to love, they going down the wrong path of destruction. Okay. And number 6, isolation. They slowly pull you away from your friends, family, or support system. They create drama with people you love so they can become your only source of comfort and control. That happened to me. I know exactly what that meant, isolation. It got to the point this person was almost making me and my mother turning against each other. It had made me feel like I didn't want to talk to her sometimes because I didn't want her to know what I was going through, for one. And two, he always, for some reason, never called his mother, but always called my mom. And it made me try to make her seem like I was going crazy or something was wrong with me. But eventually, my mom loved me. She knew something wasn't right. We have that connection. It's just something he could never break. He could never break that connection with us. But he tried to have a chaos between me and my mom. It's so crazy looking at it now. He tried it. He tried it, but it didn't happen. Mm-mm. But yeah, they would try to isolate you from your family, your friends. It is to a point where you don't even talk to your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your cousins. You would start isolating yourself and you won't realize why, and you won't realize that you're doing it. Number 7, they apologize but don't change. Like I said, don't ever take accountability. A sorry without change behavior is just a manipulation. If they keep promising to do better, but the same patterns continue, it's a cycle of abuse, not growth. Okay? I need y'all to hear these signs because y'all in it right now as I speak. You feel more drained than love. Love should lift you up, not exhaust you. If you're always anxious, confused, second guessing yourself, or walking on eggshells, something is not right, y'all. God is not the author of confusion. I said that. Satan is. Satan is the author of confusion. Who do you think put that person in your life? Her. Question. Why do we ignore the signs? Her. Why do we ignore the signs? I tell you why we ignore the signs. You know why. You don't want to say it, but you know why. Let me tell you why we ignore the signs. We don't want to be alone. That's number 1. We don't want to be alone. Sorry, y'all. You're not alone. You have God. You're not alone. And God will bring somebody in your life like he did me if you open your heart, pray, fast, and be with God. Learn who Jesus is. We believe we can fix them. No, we can never fix them. God can. They have to want to fix themselves. A person have to want to fix themselves in order to love you. They have to love themselves in order to love another person. We're afraid of starting over, and that's true. We are afraid of starting over. We don't want to start over. Try, I don't know. You have to move. You might have to go here. You might have to do this, do that. You might don't want to do all that. I get that, but hey, wouldn't you rather be happy and alone and be with somebody and be depressed? I'm just saying. We confuse dysfunction with passion, and that's true. You know why? Because all we have to go in our past, deep roots, y'all. Deep roots. Go in your past and see why you accept the things you accept. We saw toxic love model growing up. That's true. We did. We saw that growing up. We saw toxic situations. We saw that. Hey, thank y'all for joining. We saw that growing up, and we feel like damaged goods and think this is all we deserve. Yep. That's why we ignore the signs. That's why I need these books. This book, not these books. That's why I need this book, y'all. Stop ignoring the signs. This is crazy. Stop ignoring it. And I'm gonna, before I close out, I want to do some scriptures real quick, biblical scriptures on how a person should treat their spouse, because it's in the Bible. In Ephesians 5:25, it says that husbands, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church and gave himself up for her. A man should love sacrificially, not selfishly. Okay? A man should love sacrificially, not selfishly. Husband, love your wives, just as Christ loved the church. That's how you should love and treat your spouse. 2 collisions. Husbands, love your wives and never treat them harshly. Did you hear that? Never treat them harshly. God says that in the Bible, that directly opposes verbal, emotional, or physical abuse. Canceled. That's why I have to put the scriptures in here to let y'all know what God said, how to treat the person. Y'all can't be around here treating folk like that. And God said not do that now. Seriously. And in Peter 3:7, in the same way, your husband must give honor to your wives. Treat your wife with understanding as you live together. Treat her as you should so your prayers would not be hindered. Mistreating your spouse can even block your relationship with God. Did you know that? While y'all out here treating your woman all messed up and crazy and stuff, you had the nerve to pray. I said it. You out here treating your wife, girl out here like crazy and stuff, but you have the nerve to pray. And it says right here, I'm telling you what it said. I'm not making this up. It says mistreating your spouse can even block your relationship with God. Treat her as you should so your prayers will not be hindered. Did you know that? So you need to go back and apologize to your wife, apologize to your woman, and say, I'm sorry I mistreated you, because I be praying to God. That's why I can't get this financial situation up. That's why I can't get right, because you ain't treating her right or him right. Yeah, I got some toxic women too. 1 Corinthians 13:4-7. This is a good one. Love is patient and kind. Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It's not irritable. It keeps no record of being wronged. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices whenever the truth wins. Love never gives up, never lose faith. It always hopeful and endures through every circumstance. Let me read that part. Love is patient. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, 4-7. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is not jealous or boastful. While y'all out here being jealous, that's not love. Why y'all out here being boastful? That's not love. Why y'all out here not being kind to your significant other? That is not love. Not love at all. So I just, this. Oh, I'm at the end. Are you ready to break the chains of toxic love and walk into your freedom? Don't just listen. Take the first step towards healing, clarity, and spiritual restoration. Because you have to grab the copy of Spiritual Chain Breakers, Journey to Freedom from Toxic Love. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, I may want to do it too fast. Let me get slow. My camera like, here you go. There you go. Y'all see it? Y'all see that? Okay. From Toxic Love. All right. Journey from Toxic Love. This book will walk you through the pain, the process, and into the power of God has waiting for you. So if you want this book, I got 2 cameras. TikTok, go down here, look into it. Okay. Y'all, this will help any child. I ain't gonna say child, but anybody, because they shouldn't be in a relationship anyway. Your daughter is going to college because they're going to be in a relationship soon. I was in a relationship when I was in college. They're gonna find somebody. They're gonna hook up with somebody. They need this book because sometimes if you know your daughter or your son didn't have the other parent in the home, they're lacking something. They're missing something, especially a woman. If you know your daughter did not have a man figure in the house while she was growing up, she need this book. Because I'm gonna tell you why. She gonna be missing a lot. She gonna know nothing about toxic stuff. She gonna be in a toxic relationship. She thinking it's love. And next thing you know, I don't want her to be up on the news and be in a statistic of 1 of every 3 women being alive. Okay? This is what this book is about. Bring awareness. So we can stop. So we can stop it. So we can stop being in a relationship that God did not intend us to be in. He didn't intend us to be in a relationship like that, y'all. He wants to be in a relationship that we're happy, be able to build with someone. Someone that we can feel comfort and love from someone, not someone that calls B's and H's and because they get mad or they get frustrated. Not someone that yell at you and call you out of your name because all you ask what you want for dinner. I mean, I'm just saying, you don't want that in your life because all it's going to do is tear you down. And or you can go to spiritualchainbreakers.com. It's also online. And you don't have to stay stuck, guys. Your journey to freedom begins with 1 step. This book. I am so glad. I'm so grateful right now. I just want to thank God for bringing me out of the situation I was in before I close out. I was, like I said earlier in the relationship, in the presentation, I was in a relationship for 3 years, domestic violence. It all came all nice and situation was nice at first. I didn't know the signs. I did not know. I saw them. Now I look back, it's like I ignored a lot. I ignored a lot of signs because I thought that what love was. I thought that's how a man supposed to love you. Because I didn't have a father figure growing up. Like my father was in my life till I was like 10 or 11 until he started becoming addicted to other substances. And so then came out of whack. But other than that, he was in and out, and now he's out, if that makes sense. So my father didn't really come to me and say, this is what a man should supposed to do. This is what a man should be. He wasn't a good example either for my mother. So it's not like I knew exactly how a man should like take care of a woman. Because my mama did everything. Pretty much, she paid the bills. She did everything. Like independent. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I know. And I fell victim of domestic violence because I didn't have a father figure in my life. And then that's what Satan does. That Satan will put trauma, missing pieces in your life. And that's where God come in at as well. Because when you think you're lost, he will find you. And some didn't get found. Unfortunately, rest in peace for the women that didn't have the opportunity to get out when they could have because they saw the red flags. But like I say in my presentation, we ignore them. And sometimes we don't get out. And as with me, if I did not get out the time God had told me, because he was talking to me, I would be those statistics today. I wouldn't be here. So that's why I want this book out to bring awareness to young adults, old adults, middle adults. You think you know, sometimes you don't know. Because if you did, you would be in a happy relationship. Just saying. But I do appreciate you guys for going my live. And once again, if you don't have the time to look at this, the website is at www. Or you should put spiritual chain breakers. You're not doing www. spiritualchainbreakers.com. spiritualchainbreakers.com. I actually have 2 books there. It's the Battle in the Spirit. I would go through that chapter as well. Because we're not only just fighting physical, y'all, we fighting spiritual. There's spiritual things going on here in this world. And we already know through the Bible the good and the bad. And it's true. Sit here and act like you don't know if you want to. There's a lot more in the spiritual world than the physical. And a lot of times why you with that person right now is spiritual. Because they trying to stop you from what God wants you to be right now. Why you in that person in your life right now, the devil sent them to stop you. Why you want to sit there looking at me like that? I know you want to be a real estate agent. I know that. But you can't. Why? Because you know it sucked you dry. I know you want to do a podcast. I know you want to be a book writer. I know you do. But you're not. Why? You still got a secular demon in your life. Yeah, Satan brought him here to stop you. Tell him. It's spiritual, y'all. It's spiritual. You not with somebody, before I get off this live, where you're not with somebody that brings you up, lifts you up, bring your spirit up. When you wake up, you like, I got so many ideas, babe. Let's go. Babe, oh, I want to do this. I want to do that. He like, babe, I got you. What we going to do today? Not, babe, I want to do this. I got somebody. Babe, you ain't fit to do that. Nah, you ain't. Stop telling me all that. You ain't. Go work. Go work your 9-to-5 job. Okay? Y'all, please get this book. If you have children, I keep saying children. If you have a young adult going to college right now, because she's going to be out here trying to be dating and stuff like that. I don't want her to be out here being statistic with somebody, be unalive, because she didn't know what a toxic person was. She has no idea. It's a lot of information here, y'all. A lot. I mean, you'd be amazed of what information you can find out about a person in a book. Okay? Because if you don't read, you better read today. Because I'm telling you, you're going to be looking like JoJo the Hopo, trying to be like, I don't know what to do with my life. I'm depressed. I don't know. But I love him. I don't want to leave him. I just don't want to do it. I don't know. I don't want to get up in the morning no more. I'm depressed. I'm sad. But I love him. No. It ain't gonna work that way. Thank you guys for going on my live. I really appreciate it. I gotta go because time is running down. But thank you again. I really do appreciate your time and your effort. Get the book today. I love y'all. God bless. And y'all, don't forget to pray. Prayer solves everything. God will open your eyes. Pray. And that's what I'm going to do. Before we got this live, I'm going to pray out. All right? Lord, thank you for everything today. I graciously thank you for the opportunity to get on live today to help anybody that needs any type of awareness of toxic relationship, any toxic behaviors, so they will not end up in bondage, Lord. You did not make us to be in bondage with a relationship with somebody that don't love us, Lord. Lord, you have brought Jesus on this earth to love us so we can love others, not have somebody in our lives not to love us, a child of God. God, I hope you put in the hearts and the minds and the soul of these people, these women, the men, that the relationship they're with right now, that you open their eyes so they can get out and be the person that you want them to be the person you want them to become, and so they can walk the path that you have given them. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. See y'all. Love y'all. Bye-bye.